Hi, guys. And this theme is for me revolutionary because the theme is the stuckness. We all have areas of life where there are challenges and contradictory beliefs which sort of contradict each other and keep us in prison cell, in really little cell, and we can only wiggle a little bit and we cannot fly. We are imprisoned. And it can be in mainly it is one area of our life. It can be more. And the more we are in prison, the more we are able to be in stillness, the more we are able to be in present moment, the less we are able, the less we are able to enjoy the life because we are not in present moment. And the reason why we are not in present moment is because we are trying to get out of our internal prison. But the way how we do it is through the mental realm, through the thinking, through the worrying, and through the working it out through the mind. And that keeps us entrapped even more because solution is not in mental realms. Actually, in mental realms, there are more beliefs, more mental and psychological and spiritual attacks. It's so corrupted mental realm that being in mental realm is actually not helpful and it can be dangerous. So the more we are stuck, we are more scared to be in present moment. And then we are not allowing the flow of life. So the moment when we are supposed to get into the present moment, allow coherence and spirit and source, bring alignment and flow into our lives, it's the moment when we should surrender. It's like surrender is the same as being in present moment, be in stillness, practicing presence. But the human self is scared to disconnect from the thinking and from the worrying because the human self doesn't feel safe enough to do that. It feels so uncomfortable, it's unknown. And the human self wants to feel safe before it does that because it's like jumping into the unknown. It's reconnecting with source is actually leaving the mind and going into the heart and connecting with the heart without thinking, without emotions. Spirit has its own feelings, so that's feelings which are steady ones. The mind realms has emotions and they are going up and down, up and down. You can also live completely mental realm and emotions, and you can sort of connect only to the feelings that that's just sidewalk or side talk. So how to get out of that stuckness? We are stuck only because we haven't first given to ourselves that what we desire internally. And we haven't received it and allowed it internally as well. So it's about giving that to ourselves and receiving and allowing internally. And it sounds stupidly simple, but it's not from mental realms. That's the problem. It's not from ego. It's not from mental realms. It's not from thinking. It's done by surrendering. So you don't have what you want. It's only because you haven't first given that to yourself. And then you haven't first allowed it or received it first internally. That's the truth. And I show you how to do it. And it took me, actually, I just discovered that recently. And it is my biggest aha and the biggest realization. Because I thought I have to clear all belief system. I have to change it. I need to fix it. But there is a shortcut to it. It's a simpler. It feels more horrifying because what you are usually when you are stuck, it's the whole identity you need to kind of let go. And it's not that ego is bad or identity is bad, but usually we want something out of a surviving identity. And that surviving identity has its own rules and regulations and belief system, and they are usually contradictory. Like, let's say you have desire to live easy life and abundant life, but surviving identity, it's based on the deserving, on the hard work, on working hard, on giving and not receiving, on belittling and humbling yourself, not surpassing anyone, being loyal to the groups you are in, whether it is family, whether it is nation, whether it is a religion, community, your friends. So that's why it is a little bit trickier when you want to release the situation which you feel stuck at for many, many years, or maybe for lifetimes. Because the fears you will be facing, but not like you are not searching and changing those fears, but you will face them, you will feel them, are horrifying. It will feel like you need to give up everything in order to have what you want because of that identities, rules, and fears. But what you want to do is really release that surviving identity and have identity which is more flexible, which follows your authenticity, your unique taste, your unique preferences, but it's more flexible, doesn't keep you limited or imprisoned. Usually surviving identities are based on not being yourself, adapting, and being someone else, pleasing others, doing what others want, or concentrating on making others happy, on others' happiness. So it's outwards, your attention. In this process, I show you how to do it. It's not the easiest process, but it's simple. So let me explain it. What you want to do is receiving and allowing is simple. You drop the desire as you are. There is no good and bad desire, but you cannot make it happen through the mind and through the head. Every desire which you want, it's room for every desire, manifestation of every desire. You don't need any technique. It's not about technique, and it's not about it's the simple mechanism how it works. So everything which happened into your life, what you desired and it really happened, is because you have given it to yourself and you received it. Meaning, when you have desire, it must come to the open heart. When it's closed, meaning closed heart is when you are scared of it, when you think it's impossible, when you think you need to follow some rules before you can receive something or before you can have something. Thoughts that you don't deserve it, or you are not enough, or you can't have it for whatever reason. When you have this kind of thinking and rules for yourself, your heart is closed. It's like you're waiting, but you are waiting because of your rules. And the things you received is because you haven't had any rules about certain subject, and you fulfilled, like, I don't know, you did something and you had like permission slip, you fulfill some rules, and then you allow yourself to receive it. But everything was dropped, your desire was dropped into the open heart. Open heart, when you drop your desire, what you want, into the open heart, and then sort of you breathe it in, and You can think about it for a few seconds, and then still you've got open heart. You not only given that to yourself, but you also receive that. It's that simple. So when I practiced it before with things, I didn't have any rules about it. I thought it's not, I can have it. It's not big deal. I was not afraid of it. I didn't even worried about that. If it doesn't happen, something, I will be unsafe or something happened to me. I was okay with it. It wasn't a big deal. I remember when I was wishing something or I desire or I state my intention, I remember I drop it into the open heart. So I relaxed. First thing, you need to be relaxed and feel safe and trust yourself for that moment. And when you are, you naturally open your heart. Then you state what you want, but while you are stating it, you still have open heart. So you are relaxed and you are open. And then you sort of breathe it in. So there are no, you keep it in your open heart for a few seconds. Let's say I tested once and it took me 18 seconds, one desire, and it would happen. It would manifest within 24 hours or 12 hours. And it happens a few times. But around certain subjects, I didn't have any rules. It wasn't tied to the identity. The moment I wanted to surplus or overgrow, my desire was more than my identity. That was the problem. So how to do it? In my previous talk, I mentioned how to do surrender. So surrender is really in any moment of your day. It's ideally in the morning. You practice opening your heart and breathing. And placing your attention and awareness into one point. So usually we are scattered. When we are worried, we are in the mind and we are there, we are in the future, we are in the past. We are doing thousands of things at the same time, thinking about thousand things. So why this exercise is difficult? Because you are forcing yourself to bring all your awareness and your attention. At the beginning, it really feels like forcing because you get used to scattered awareness. So you bring all your awareness into the center of your heart in one point. So you are at the heart, one point, bring all your awareness, all your attention, all your focus there. Now, what you want to do next is I am breathing and I can count. You can count till 3 or 5. The longer you want the breath to be longer, not short, because it relaxes your nervous system. You want to relax your nervous system. So you want your breath to be deep and long. You also don't want to engage mind, or you don't want to jump with your awareness to your mind. So it's good when you do two things at once. That's how you engage your mind. You count when you breathe, and you can breathe, you can count till 3 or 5. It's up to you. And at the same time, you engage the very simple feeling technique. It's you feel the air, you feel the air when it hits the center point of your heart. So your attention awareness is at the center point of your heart. There it is. Yeah. And when you breathe, you feel the air, how it hits that point. And that's all that it is. You feel it. And you have to remind yourself, I feel it. And you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I feel it. And you relax. And you really relax. You soften and you relax when you breathe out. You soften and relax. You don't go back to the thinking. You don't chase any feelings or emotions, because those feelings which comes from the source, from the spirit, from the soul, they come naturally. At the beginning, it's only neutrality. You don't chase anything. It comes naturally. When you practice this long enough, this surrendering, When you are able to keep your heart open for 1 hour, when you relax and breathe, only then you bring your desire. And why? Because that desire will trigger you. Of course, it will trigger you. There are too many contradictory, opposite, strong beliefs, experiences, memories, and whole structure, whole identity, everything you were living for years and years and years, maybe based on your childhood. That surviving identity will be shouting out loud and clear. And the moment you get triggered, usually what happens, your heart closes down and your awareness goes to your mind. And that's the problem. That's why we haven't been able to get out of stuckness, because it kept us in thinking and worrying, and we get addicted into worrying and thinking. And we were scared to leave that process and mental realms, because we thought that we will sort it out by thinking and thinking and worrying. Yeah, worrying and thinking. So for us, do nothing else, just this feels horrifying. But let's carry on. When you are able and you are not triggered and you bring your desire, any desire, bring desire of having 100,000, 1 million, 50 millions, 100 millions euros, by having ideal job, having ideal business, having money by inheritance or by winning lottery, whatever it is, bring everything you desire. There is no good or bad. There is only, behind it, it's only you allow yourself to, and you give yourself satisfaction, fulfillment, and that's what you are. So don't think about too much what is your desire. If you think it's money will sort it out, give yourself money. If you need health, give yourself health. And if you need feeling worthy, give yourself sense of worth, self-value, and lovability. If that's, you think you want ideal relationship and ideal partner, give it to yourself. There is no wrong and bad. And that's what I received today, message extra ones. Don't be afraid with the dreams. Don't worry about it. Give it to yourself, anything and everything. But start with one. So when you drop that desire, you want to drop it while you are breathing, and when you've got a feeling the air hitting that centrist point of your heart. And when you relax, you, during that process, you want to imagine into that spot in your heart, you drop your desire, whatever that is. So you breathe in 1 million euros or dollars or pounds. You breathe in, I don't know, good health, perfect health. You breathe in already being in ideal relationship. I already feeling loved and lovable. Already having ideal job or ideal lifestyle, or moving to the place you love, or having the ideal house or ideal location, ideal neighbors. I don't know, being happy and joyful, being full of energy, being inspired, having juicy life, whatever that is. The depth comes with it, don't worry. So when you place that desire into that spot in your heart, what you do, you still breathe in the air. You are not going into mental thinking of how you would feel when you've had that. You just breathe it in. It's that heart is portal. It's various sources, various source you is. You are the source you, and you are the human you. And it's a game because you need to be two, so you can observe and experience yourself. You cannot be just one. You must be two. So you are human self and you are source self. those two meet in the heart portal. The heart portal becomes for you a game. The place where you create a game. And it's also your 0 point. So your source is everything, but your human self needs to give yourself and receive, or allow to receive what it needs to choose what it wants to experience. So that's why that human self needs to say, okay, let's experience this first. And you drop it into your open heart, into that point in the heart, and you breathe it in through your body, through your human self body. And what you engage with, it's those feelings, feeling the air. Every breath you feel it. Every breath with open heart. So every breath is open heart, breathing, counting till 5 or 3 or whatever. You don't need to count if you don't want, but you make a longer breath in and you really concentrate on the feeling the air. You are not feeling the emotions. You are feeling and that center point in your heart. It for the mind feels stupid, but what happens when you relax? You start to have visions, and the feelings opens up from the heart, from the source, not emotions, feelings. It's not up and down. You suddenly will be flooded with feelings of having it. You suddenly will be flooded with the visions of having it. And that's how you know that you do it correctly. Because you start to feel it, you start to see it, you start to experience it. But it starts only feeling the air at the center, and your awareness is in your heart at one point. Everything is centered at one spot. You drop desire there and you breathe it in, but you only concentrate on the air and breathing the air. Nothing else. That's very important. You don't want to engage with the mind and jump into the mind. So what I do, I feel it and I count. I feel it and I count. And my awareness is in the heart. I feel it and I count. So in this manner, I am surrendering and meeting my source self. I'm in present moment. I am not worrying. I am not thinking. So I just am. You see? I just am. And what happened? It's not only that the desire, it's great, give yourself whatever you need, really, honestly, and do this exercise as many times as you want, as you desired, till you feel like, okay, I've had enough fun of it. I feel it's working, or till you energetically feel you received it, till it's fun for you, till it satisfies you. And then you can only practice that surrendering thing, that you don't place anything in your heart and you just are. And that's the funny part. Suddenly you will start enjoying the present moment. Suddenly you will start being able to live present moment and be present and feel the blissfulness in every moment, only because you stop worrying, you stop thinking, and you just are. You were just, I am. But it will be from the point of full satisfaction and fulfillment. It will be from the point that you already given yourself and received yourself all that you were missing, all that you were stuck at, all that you didn't have. And because you have given that to yourself, because you have allowed it, and allowing is only open heart and breathing, that is allowing. Open heart and breathe it in. It's like you breathe in that desire into every cell of your body. And feeling it. And I feel only the air. I'm not imagining anything. I'm just breathing the air. And it bring out from the heart to every cell of my body. And because you will feel that you have already given yourself everything, even you will not see it in your 3D, because you received it energetically first, for you, it's done deal. So you will stop worrying about it eventually. And that's why you can be in present moment. That's why you can practice present moment, presence, and now moment. That's how you can enjoy every moment, because there is no that part that, oh, I don't have it and I feel unsafe, or I need to fix it somehow. I need to think about it. I need to worry about it. I need to create a plan for myself, because you will first give it to yourself. You will first allow it and receive it yourself internally, and you will feel it internally as well. That's why you can stop worrying and stop thinking, and then just be in present moment. And then suddenly when this happened to me, I was amazed, and I was like, holy ravioli, I didn't know I wasn't present in so many times, because I was worrying and I was thinking and I was working out how to get out of the mess I created. So the process is simple, extremely simple. But at the same time, it requires discipline. Do it 1 hour. My suggestion, you can do it whenever, how long you want. My preference is for myself, I do it 1 hour on my walk with dogs. And I am very kind of strict with myself because I want to use that time. So I do it 1 hour, and I don't during that 1 hour of walk, I don't engage in thinking and worrying. I really engage in this sort of activity, because then I don't do it during the day. I'm too tired and I do other stuff. So I find out that I don't have energy for it later on. So I don't want to stress myself out. So I do it only when I feel the most vital and able to concentrate on one spot in my heart and just feel, because it takes energy. It's quite it's not so easy, though it sounds easy. So much love to you all. Give yourself, that's what you need. Much love, and speak to you later.